Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. It's September 29th, 2016. Two big storylines out of the NFL today. The Super Bowl halftime performer has been announced. It's going to be Lady Gaga. What I'm going to show you in this video is why she has been picked and why the announcement is coming today. There's a very specific reason. Also in the NFL today, the injury of J.J. Watt of the Houston Texans, who are hosting Super Bowl 51. So today we found out who's going to perform at the halftime show in Houston, Super Bowl 51, and that the star player, the biggest attraction of the Houston Texans, is out for the season. And something I've been talking about for a while now is the predictive programming of a blackout for Super Bowl 51 in Houston, Texas. Super Bowl 47 had the 33-minute blackout. That was between the Ravens and 49ers, the Harbaugh brothers. This year's Super Bowl 51, the 47th Super Bowl of the modern era, which began with Super Bowl 5. The first four Super Bowls were prior to the AFL-NFL merger. So let's talk about both of these storylines, Lady Gaga, J.J. Watt, and then I'll also review why the Bengals beat the Dolphins, as I predicted they would, by the numbers. So today, September 29th, 2016, a very relevant day to the United States of America, which we'll talk about. Notice that today, September 29th, 2016, has 74 numerology. In gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words, which is used in the scripting of professional sports because Freemasons and Zionist Jews run pro sports worldwide, and these practices are important to them. That is your answer. If you're asking why are you talking about words into numbers, I'm telling you because this is how pro sports are scripted. This is how the storylines are scripted. This is how the Super Bowl is scheduled. It's this way every year. So anyway, halftime 74, holiday 74, Independence Day 74. You might recall this year on July 4th, the big story was Kevin Durant traded to the Golden State Warriors. Kevin Durant's birthday is today, September 29th, and I'm going to show you what United States of America has to do with today's date, as I did the day Durant was traded to the Warriors, or signed with the Warriors. Anyway, Masonic 74, Jewish 74, this nation established by Freemasons and Jewish bankers. Occult 74, Freemasonry, very occult. Lady Gaga's birth name is Stephanie Angelina, gematria of 74. Her name, the big way, sums to 137, the 33rd prime number. 33, 74, often paired together. Out of the 50 states, only one sums to 74, the 33rd state, Oregon. Last year on the 33rd day of the year, February 2nd, Groundhog's Day, Lady Gaga was announced as the national anthem singer just 5 days before the Super Bowl. Last year she got her big announcement on the 33rd day of the year. This year she gets the announcement, or this season, on a date with 74 numerology. So the big announcement today, Lady Gaga. It's not an illusion. The rumors are true. This year the Super Bowl goes Gaga. I didn't decode the message. There might be something there. If anybody wants to decode the message, there might be some gems. So today, from today until the upcoming Super Bowl in Houston is 129 days. America equals 129. The NFL calls itself America's game. I've been talking about all season the potential for a Giants and Colts Super Bowl. Andrew Luck's birthday is September 12th, 12/9. Talk more about the Giants and Colts in just a moment. J.J. Watt also done for the season. Just real quick, J.J. Watt equals 84 like United States of America. The United States of America sums to 99. The word 13 has a gematria of 99 when written out as the word 13. This nation began with 13 colonies, 13 stripes on the flag, 13 years of public school programming. Today's date, September 29th, 929. It also sums to United States of America and Jewish gematria. So look at how there's all these connections to America with today's date and the upcoming Super Bowl. This is how they plot things. This is why it's happening today. This is the tribute. The NFL, the Super Bowl, major parts of American culture. In the book 1984, written after World War II, it said all it took to control the people was beer, football, and gambling. Manifest Destiny 929. This year, the Super Bowl's in Houston at NRG Stadium, which sounds like energy. I just did a video on the pipeline oil spill, the parallels between it and the Gold King mine disaster, which happened in Colorado. That pipeline runs from Houston to New York City. NRG equals 39. Construction began on March 9th, a date that can be written 9/3 or 3/9. This is the stadium hosting the Super Bowl this year, number 51. New York equals 39. Every Super Bowl won by a New York team, 4 by the Giants, 1 by the Jets, have connected to the number 39. Check out my video on that. I tied it in with Alex A-Rod's retirement with the Yankees, 1 out at third base in the 9th inning. He was at third base in the 9th inning for 1 out in his final game with New York 39. Anyhow, today's also the day that leaves 93 days left in the year. 39, 93, NRG Stadium, reflections of each other. Again, construction began March 9th, written 3/9 or 9/3. So now let's get into why Lady Gaga for Super Bowl 51. Check this out. Houston Texans in gematria sums to 51. Conspiracy sums to 51. They say Lady Gaga's 5'1", and her birthday is exactly 51 days after the Super Bowl, which we'll look at. Lady Gaga alone also sums to the exact same thing as Houston. The number 31 is the 11th prime number. The only numbers that divide into 31 are 1 and 31 itself. Those are numbers that are prime, when only itself and 1 divide into it. 31, the 11th prime, football, a game of 11 on 11. Lady Gaga also sums to 58, like Freemasonry, like secret society. This season is going to be the 58-year anniversary of the greatest game ever played between the Giants and the Colts. There's been a lot of predictive programming for the Giants and the Colts that I've documented in more than the last year's time now, and I've been talking about this narrative for a while. Lady Gaga from New York, Indianapolis, on the 39th parallel. Lady Gaga's birthday, March 28th, 1986, 51 days after Super Bowl 51. Also a month and 23 days. 123, conspiracy equals 123 the big way, 51 the small way. Indianapolis equals 123. The Giants coach, McAdoo, equals 51. Hired on a date with 51 numerology in the season of Super Bowl 51. Again, Lady Gaga from New York City. So here, a little more on J.J. Watt. Talked about how J.J. Watt equals 84, United States of America, 84, the United States of America, 99, like the number he wears. So much of this coding in the NFL. For you Rams fans, if you're watching, Aaron Donald was the 13th overall pick. He wears the number 99. When you write out 13 as a word, it sums to 99. When you write out Aaron Donald the same way, sums to 99. So J.J. Watt, he's born March 22nd, 1989. Today it's announced he's out for the season. He's the star player of the Texans. His birthday is very interesting. It's written as 22/3 in most parts of the nation. In the world. In the United States, we write it backwards. Most parts of the world, they write the day before the month. Masonic equals 223. The Synagogue of Satan equals 223. The Star Spangled Banner equals 223. You know, all this stuff with the national anthem this year. Lady Gaga sung the national anthem at the Super Bowl last year. Anyhow, again, it is the Freemasons, and it is the Freemasons who code through this language, who use these systems. Very interesting birthday here for J.J. Watt. In The Dark Knight Rises, it shows the stadium exploding. Just before that, it flashes to this press box with the number 322. And they had Hines Ward play the part for that scene, who played for the NFL with the Steelers, wearing the number 86, finishing his career with 86 touchdowns. In the film The Dark Knight Rises, he wears the number 86. He's the only player who survives as the stadium explodes. That pipeline leak, it began September 9th, 9/9, kind of like 99, connecting to 13. The pipeline goes from Houston to New York. Eli Manning's in his 13th season. Came into the season with 97 wins. It's the 97th season of the NFL. got his 98th to start this season. Eli Manning equals 98. The season began on 9/8. So does the name Tom Brady. Think about Eli Manning and Tom Brady. Eli Manning, the kryptonite to Tom Brady. The name Colonial Pipeline equals 86 the small way. The word pipeline alone equals 86 the big way. Again, this pipeline leak connected to the Gold King mine disaster of last year in Colorado, where the Broncos won the golden anniversary of the Super Bowl. Check out the work I did on it. Happened 187 days before the Super Bowl began in Colorado. So anyway, J.J. Watt's number 84, it also connects to the Jesuit order. That's the secret society within the Catholic Church connected through this Freemasonic network. From his birthday to today's announcement is 191 days. The Jesuit order, their full name is the Society of Jesus. 191. The current pope of the Catholic Church, Jesuit order, he's the first Jesuit pope, born December 17th, 1936, a date with 84 numerology. Just like Jesuit, just like States, United States of America, J.J. Watt. 191 days after his birthday, supposedly injured. It's also a total span of 192 days. NFL equals 192. I showed how Zimmer, the coach of the Vikings, renewed his contract 192 days before the Super Bowl. There's a narrative with the Vikings as well going on. I predicted long ago the NFC Championship would be Giants and Vikings. Still think that happens. Remember this year, 191 days after Pope Francis left Philadelphia on the Jesuit order's birthday, September 27th, which just passed, 191 days after Villanova, the Catholic school just outside of Philadelphia, won the championship. So let's close up with some quick notes. I said the Bengals should win tonight. It seemed like an easy read in the numbers. I put out the video quick. It seemed clear. Look at the timestamp from ESPN, a minute 13, like 113, mainstream equals 113, dishonest equals 113, Baba Kama 113A says it's okay for somebody who's Jewish to lie to somebody who's not. And, the Jewish people, they run the banks, they run the media, they run pro sports, they own these athletes, they have them participate in a dishonest act, selling out the masses, and why do they do it? For the multi-millions they make, for the fame they get, for all the sex that it brings into their lives. The reason people sell each other out. I showed, if you missed the preview, I showed how tonight's game was all centered around 93 and anti-Dalton, Saturn, the sun, cycles. The final score was 22-7. When you divide 22 by 7, you get the number for pi that begins 3.14, which you learned about in geometry class, cycles, circles. Today they said 108 injured in a train wreck in New Jersey where the Giants play. 108, geometry equals 108. Andy Griffith Show equals 108. Dealey Plaza equals 108. JFK's assassination foreshadowed in Dealey Plaza on Christmas Day, 1961. The car following behind JFK, number 227. The full name for the commission that investigated his death, 722. I'm just throwing out some information just so you know. There's a whole lot to these numbers. There's all sorts of depth. All sorts of research behind this video, just in case you're new here. This is a special number 227. It has everything to do with cycles and circles. And I said this video was a Saturn sun ritual. It's what it all comes back to. Our whole language is based on pi, mathematics, cycles, circles, because we live in a world of cycles and circles. Day and night. Where are we right now? Fall, then winter, then spring, then summer. The game also summed to 29 points. Again, Ohio equals 29, football 29. Pointed these things out before the game. Ohio, the birthplace of football. Today's date, it was the 29th day of the month. It was a day with 29 numerology. 9 plus 2 plus 9 plus 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 6 equals 29. 29 numerology, 29th day of the month. Number with 11 numerology, 29. Again, football, a game of 11 on 11. 2 plus 9 is 11. A.J. Green was the big star tonight. A.J. Green has gematria of 33, like Bengals, like the sun, like planets, Saturn, the most important planet to the occult. 113 timestamps all over ESPN for A.J. Green's night. 11 times 3, 33. He wears the number 18, which factors into 6 plus 6 plus 6. Marvin Lewis came in with 216 games coached, the coach of the Bengals, 6 times 6 times 6, 216. That's the Cleveland area code, Game 6 of the NBA Finals. Final score, 216 points. I told you the Cavs were coming back when they were down 3-1. It was all scripted. Sports are scripted. It's all fake, rigged, athletic actors putting on a show. Scripted show. A.J. Green, born July 31st, 1988, from his birthday to the game, 60 days. A.J. Green, the big way, equals 60. So does a hateful word for black people. Moses Malone died before the NBA season began at age 60. Kobe Bryant scored 60 to finish his NBA career. Moses Malone, Kobe Bryant, the city of Philadelphia. Kobe finished against Utah as a player drafted out of high school. Moses Malone, the first NBA player drafted out of high school, drafted to the Utah Stars, who were before the Utah Jazz. And oh, by the way, Kobe Bryant equals 113, just like Utah Jazz, just like Dear Basketball, the poem he wrote at the beginning of the season to announce his retirement. So anyway, in my preview, I talked about the numbers 29, 54, 74, 47. Talked about all these numbers. I said, look for these numbers tonight. The first scoring drive of the game, 54 yards. 54 yards. And the field goal that gave the Bengals their final points, number 22, were the 47th points. Also, right after the 54-yard drive, the Dolphins got their only touchdown of the night, a 74-yarder. The date had 74 numerology. It had 54 numerology. The word sun equals 54. They say the sun's 93 million miles away. It's the day that leaves 93 days left in the year, September 29th. Saturn equals 93. Saturn's the keeper of time. Kenny Stills is who scored the 74-yarder. Kenny Stills and Dolphins, gematria 43. In numerology, 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 is the fourth prime number. 7, the fourth prime. 74-yard touchdown on the date with 74 numerology. Masonic 74, Jewish 74. With regards to the 47-yard field goal, which I forgot to put a picture up of, that scored the 22nd point. Here's why that's interesting. 22 is the master builder number in numerology. The Freemasons have something called Euclid's 47th problem, which is about how to build a foundation for a building. 47-yard field goal to make 22 points. Football, a game of 11 on 11, 22 men on the field. Ohio equals 47. Ohio, the birthplace of football. First Super Bowl in the 47th season of the league. Super Bowl 47 had the 33-minute blackout between the 49ers and Ravens. Think about if it is Giants and Colts. Colts are originally from Baltimore, where the Ravens are from. San Francisco, New York, Giants, Giants, 49ers. You see what I'm saying? 49ers hosted the Super Bowl where Peyton Manning won at age 39. Eli's playing in his 13th season in New York. New York 39 divisible by 13. 13 times 3. If you're following me. Houston, do we have a problem? I want to know. So there it is, Truth Seeker. Lady Gaga, J.J. Watt, rigged Thursday Night Football. Until next time.